There we go. Still cooking it. It's looking good though. It's looking real good. See if I can pull it out for you guys. Check it out. See what we got here on top. Oh yeah, look at that. So we got a Boston butt up there, probably about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. A small brisket. It's pretty much ready. I need to take it off. It's a little smaller than I usually cook. I prefer mine well done. So I gave my mom one that wasn't so well yesterday. And we got another little Boston butt there. So yeah, these babies are looking good. Real good. Oh yeah, this is gonna be some good stuff here. So I probably have to make a little delivery tonight to my mom. What's up, Hans? Huh? Nothing? You didn't find the broom? We'll clean up today. Just trying to recover from the Christmas thing, you know. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. If you traveled, I hope you made it home safe. So we burned some weeds today with the old propane thrower there. Yeah, got a lot of work to do back here, man. It gets away from you. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good tonight. Thought I'd make another video because there's not much going on, you know, on the YouTube. Everybody's recovering from the turkey. So I didn't get a whole lot done out here. I got the tranny sitting in about the same spot and scraped a little stuff off the pan there. And we'll get back on this tomorrow. Gotta get some materials and get going. Need some black. Got the seam sealer, got my primer. So then we gotta clean some of the components up. The front end, this is the whole front end system here. Steering box, tie rod, shocks. This is the King and Ling Pin front end, and it looks pretty good. Not any signs of any rust popping out anywhere. It's got fairly new brakes, new wheel cylinders all the way around. So I don't know who'll have to make that decision, whether to use those old ones or put new ones on. I don't know how long this chassis has been sitting. So sometimes it doesn't matter how new the part is. If it sits around and, you know, deteriorates in the weather, it can fail. So, Bobby, here's the sharks, man. I'm gonna get back on these. The table's going pearl white from what I understand. And these little guys over here are all black. And these are looking real good, man. So next time you come, I think you'll be happy. The little ones are nice and smooth. There's no holes in them. Got a couple little spots on the big guys. I'm gonna take those outside and do a little wet sanding on them and get them slicked down. Maybe prime them one more time to get the perfection we're looking for. These got to be just right. So yeah, see the thumbs down guy. Glad you had a good Christmas and made it home safe. See that you're back, putting your thumbs down back again. So that's cool. So good to have you back. And just one of you back though, huh? So I don't know. One of the thumbs guys didn't make it back. Just one guy now. But you could always put another thumbs down for that guy until he gets back in town. And the haters are back because, you know, gotta have some flavor on the page. And if you guys all like me, then that wouldn't be any good. I'd be doing something wrong then. But anyway, yeah, it's a mess. Haven't really felt like doing much today. It's been a lazy day. Just a barbecue pretty much is the only thing I'm gonna accomplish today, I think. But sometimes you just gotta do nothing. I've caught up on everybody's vids. Threw some comments on a couple vids. We went for a ride this morning. So yeah, so we'll have to get back to it tomorrow, you know. I talked to Tom today on Skype, and he said he's going to be making some videos, and yeah, so he tried his new gun out, and he had a little, a few little problems, sort of water issues here and there, and some things that came up. So we talked about a few things and got that sorted out, and yeah, he said he's been working up there, and it's not too cold, so that's good. Talked about the electric car thing, and then yeah, there's a guy online, I gotta remember his page name, but he's building a late model Beetle, and I believe his name is Alan. And I don't know, I watch his videos and I try to leave comments on there, but I'm not the best emailer. But I know that Tom's World was interested in checking out that project because he wants to build an EB, so I told him about your channel. And I want to thank everybody for going over to Turbo Cobra, because looks like quite a few of you went over there, and that's a pretty cool channel, isn't it? So yeah, that's I thought it was a cool project, and a lot of you guys seem to like it too. So it's just one of those things, you know. I don't know why we don't click on certain projects or why they don't pop up, you know. But I stumbled across that and thought it was a cool page, and I've been watching it pretty much all the time. So yeah, we'll be waiting for some videos. I know I watched the Wrecking Yard 72 this morning, stripping the trucks. That was pretty cool. What's the Scotty D TV trying to make some watermelon sherbet? Came out more like a watermelon block. That looks good. I might have to try that. But yeah, yeah, not a whole lot going on today, so I'm sure that there's going to be disappointed people, you know. But and every once in a while, you just got to stop and take it easy, and you know, kick back and just relax. And that was today, man. You know, I felt sort of crappy. Nice and overcast today. So anytime there's a weather change, I'm sensitive to it, but. Andrea isn't feeling good, so it's just a lazy feeling today, you know. And most every place was closed around here today. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get back to normal. Yep. So I don't know. I want to get this done. I got to figure out how to lift this bad boy up and get it in there and get it by my car. I was thinking about standing it up, and but it's pretty heavy still. So yeah, I had to come up with something. It's not too bad. 2 or 3 people could do it, no problem. But yeah, I was thinking about building some sort of rotisserie. I got a couple of these stands. Just build a jig to bolt into the frame rails here, and then bolt into the front where the beam attaches, and that way I can rotate it while I'm painting it. So I'll probably do something like that. I've got some scrap steel, and build a little rotisserie for the chassis. So I can do the bottom too. We want that looking good. And yeah. So this is going to be a pretty nice little car. I don't know if we're going to go ahead and put the AC on this, or if it's going to be a no AC car. But those decisions will be coming soon, you know, because once you set the body on there, it's a lot more difficult to plumb all that stuff. So this is pretty cool. We're starting from the ground up on this. We'll pretty much do everything on this. So if you got a Volkswagen and you want to see the process, this will be the one to watch, because probably this tranny, from what I understand, is a 388, so it's a fresh tranny. And the deal with this chassis was it was a car that caught on fire. And it had dual carbs, and had fire, and it got, you know, pretty much abandoned. But previous to the fire, it had a nice Berg motor in it, and this 388 Freeway Flyer. So it's had some money spent on it, and more than likely everything in that tranny is top notch. It's already been gone through, and we'll just clean that up, put some new axle boots on there and make a decision on the brakes, and be ready to go back together with that. Maybe paint it, I don't know, that's up to the customer's discretion, you know. Usually I like to paint the swing axles black, and the IRSs usually stay you know, the factory color, but some people like to paint them all, some people like don't paint them, so it's personal preference, you know. I think the car looks a little more detailed with the tranny cleaned, so that's what we're going for here, just trying to get the car looking really nice and clean, and you know, where it'll have some resale value. So that's where we're at on this job, and I think Scooter might come out Wednesday, I'm not sure, and put some of the components in if I have it ready. But you know, the week's going to be moving fast, I'm sure, and this really needs to be painted and completed before we, you know, start adding parts to it. So we'll get it done as quick as we can, but I don't want to sacrifice any quality on this job. So, you know, and quality takes time. You guys know that if you're doing it yourself, you know. Just cleaning the dirt off something and getting it absolute clean before you prime and paint it is a pain in the ass, you know, unless you're blasting it. And I'm probably not going to blast up here because we got the fuel line, which we'll be using, and it makes a mess, man. That sand gets in the tunnel, and it gets in the bushing and the cables, and it's just you're always fighting it. And this car was blasted in the back, and you guys see me beat on it. Every time I hit this car, sand falls out of it. And any of you guys that like to race your car, man, you know, this thing, I guarantee you, the first few passes at the track, it's just going to be dropping sand out of the car. So I'll have to beat on it in the street for a little while before I go to the track, because that's pretty common. You always see the nice shiny cars come out there on the first couple passes, and there's shit falling off from the body shop. So, but anywho, I need to get back on this too. It's looking sad over here. And yeah, what can you do, you know? This car doesn't feed me, that's the problem. And the other ones do a little bit, so that's where we're at. We still need a light up there really bad. And I gotta get this thing, I gotta finish blasting the inside of this. I blasted all the outside. And I believe we're gonna use the firewall on this now. And just weld patches, because we're trying to keep the cost down on this car. But you know, it'll be fine. It's just that lower corner. We'll still be putting the heater ducts in, or the heater channels, whatever you like to call them. And we still got to do the rust repair down at the bottom there. So that's sort of not an option down there. But anywho, yeah. So that's where we're at. And yeah, so we'll start cleaning all this stuff up probably tomorrow. And I've got that truck that I need to get finished down at the city. Need some paint on it, but the paint was ridiculous for it because it was red. And yeah, they're having a meeting of the Bobs over that one. So as soon as we know something on that, I'll give you a finish shot. Somebody asked me about that today. I said, yep, not done. So bodywork's done, it's in primer, and we're waiting on the paint decision. All right, well, I think I might work on this rotisserie thing for a while. Try to utilize a couple of these engine stands. This thing isn't much heavier than a big block, so 2 of them should be more than fine. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to some videos. Hope you guys make some. Push that record button, burn some of that turkey off in the garage, you know. And yeah, I think we ought to get out in the garage and make 2012 happen. Let's get our cars done and use this stuff before there's no time left, you know what I mean? And if everybody's wrong, we'll have the nicest toys, and they'll all be behind the 8 ball. So let's knock it out of the park. 2012, man. HPR started it off. Got that Hyundai done. Saw the video this morning. That thing's still looking killer. And dude, you can tell his whole attitude's better. I knew that'd make him feel better when he got that car done. And it's just, man, you can't buy that kind of relief. So That's cool. I'm looking forward to getting this car done. I know that. So every time you take something on, you know, it's just like a big weight. So, and the more and more it stacks on, you know, it just adds to it. So feel your stress, HPR, and I'm glad that, you know, you got a little relief and that car came out so kick-ass, man. And I saw your deal with the fisheyes. That happens a lot on those aftermarket body kits because they put so much release wax on those molds because they use them over and over and over again. So, oh yeah, talking about this, I've been wanting to show Rich this Satijet because I made my dyslexic comic on your page. I just put TPS. Next time you get one of those slimy ass bumpers that you had, or any kind of plastic part, and you want to absolutely clean it, get you some of this trisodium phosphate. The Diamond guys turned me on to this for plastic parts, and it's fantastic, man. You get a bumper like that, it'll take all the oil off. And I guarantee you guys, if you use this stuff right here with a little warm water, even cold water, if you don't have warm water, but warm water works better, the plastic will squeak when you get done cleaning it with this. It'll pull all that release oil out. So grab you some of that, Rich. It's pretty cheap, and it's good to have around the paint shop. You know, TPS, trisodium phosphate. That's the stuff you want there. Any Ace Hardware, or Home Depot, any hardware store will have that. And it's a good cleaner too. You know, if you want to do cleanup and stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn this off and upload this video. And yeah, we've been working on a dishwasher disaster in the house today. Hans has anyway. Had a water leak and took out some cabinets and some chipboard. So I'm gonna come out here in a little while if I can wake up and clean some of this mess up, put some tools away, and get organized for tomorrow. So take it easy, guys.